see it now wherever you are. So today we will continue with Shantideva's Patience chapter of Bodhicharya Avatara. Then the Tusgan Nanjin Lamata and Shunjuge, Juale, or Chidichan Shunjuge Zopelio, and the continue Chenju. Samala, Tusgun Sugar Najinla, each Choskun, Samyanang, Statsikun Lozums de, Mana, Statsikun Lozumazate, Tene, Chidichen, Miramune, or Mitsena Doshis Paranokle, in a special one tene, Izupo, Statsipulo Zumna, Tene, don't talk below Lusanole, don't talk with Tulusan Sole, or your Statsipulo Lusan, don't talk with Tulusano. I once again remind everyone, urge everyone to read the meaning of the teachings and to remember the meaning, if you can remember the words, that's really good, but if you can't, then it's good to remember the meaning of the teachings, because these are philosophical teachings, they're not religious. Buddhism in itself is not a religion like other religions. Buddhism is not as strict, it is more open, and Buddhism is very different from other religion in the way that everything that we posit, everything that somebody posits, it's analyzed, debated, proven, proven beyond doubt or beyond reasonable doubt. It's almost like a court case where you need to have proof, where two lawyers are debating over a case of somebody. We don't just listen to the judge, we actually debate with each other. The Buddha has taught many different things, and the Buddha himself has forbidden his followers to blindly follow his teachings. He urged his students, his followers, then and in the future, to analyze his teachings, to research his teachings, to debate on his teachings. They have to make sense. So that is why Buddhism is very philosophical. It is not, a religion. It is more like a way of life, a philosophical way of life. Basically, that's it. But then afterwards, of course, with the spreading, with the spreading of the Tantra teachings, with the spreading of Vajrayana, the mythical teachings, and Guru Rinpoche, I think, many centuries ago, when he traveled all over the Himalayas, he specifically taught Tantric teachings. He taught the Vajrayana teachings, which the Buddha had already taught in secret while the Buddha was alive. He never taught the Tantric teachings, the Vajrayana mystical teachings in public. He taught them in secret. And the Buddha taught so many mantras. Mantras is part of secret. We call ourselves Sangha Durji Thekpa, secret mantra yana, secret mantra Vajrayana, we call it. Sangha Durji Thekpa, secret mantra Vajrayana. And we chant mantras to be one with a certain deity. We chant mantras to practice a deity. For example, Avalokiteshvara, his mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. And the Buddha himself, if you look at his canon, the Buddhist canons, the Buddhist Kangyur, you will find so many mantras, dharanis, and it's not like the Buddha never taught mantras, or Buddha forbade mantras, or the practice of Tantra, They just became very famous much later on. But the Buddha taught a lot of the Tantric teachings and empowerments in secret, Chuluk tago jixtene na ko chuluk mo yote nokle ya tene chuluk changma korang hisabika ma korang tiktak yote nokle inangati nangpe chuluk ke na tene chuluk janmagun tsokshi gintik miru pale takchi chona yale 집회주나 마땅할 때는 상계소나 까물 살때겨 마땅할 때는 상계세 살간에 죽고 가초스고 까오 마땅 스탁체 쪽에서 놀래 스탁체 쪽에 집살은 뭐 스탁체 쪽에 때는 상계세 까오 돈 다전 누가 미룩 김산전 누가 미룩 산이전 누가 미룩 때는 유연나니 때는 마땅 염린 쪽에 시는 거네 돈 다전 매다니 때는 마땅 염린 맞죠 뭐 상계서 크라인 가살 때겨래 때는 테스팅량 카스파만 보시기 때문에 상계세 까와 कं규리잖아. 때에 되는 델와 소시 때와 델사 땅가 버스 땅규리잖아. 땅규리잖아. 미라 테니스티네 카스바만 보시 땅규리 좀 맞지나. 테네 땅규리 리제 집살은 보 지리친 거랑 결부군이 눈에 켈때 되는 결부 눈에 미만 보이때 되는 다스탁시 좀 걸래. 딱사이 남더네 시작은 독시스 수pad하는 거래. 상계세 이숙 쇼세 돈다가 스콜라 할래. 손바산 되죽시는 거야. 테네 다 당들이 투즈라데는 어다지 히말라야 존스페카 망케와데는 어다 냠린 주치스보 상계시 초스다지 고 상계시 초스데는 망케와데니 사 르막스나 테네직 제리친 거랑 르기디 르막스나 르기드 그 같은 냠린 주스데는래 만타라는 단타링스 그 냠린 마 주스데는래 인낭 지진 또 상계세 가초스 만화잖아 만화래 상계세 가초스 인용래 상계에서 강길군이 나직상을 그런 르막스 강스 결래 줌스 강스 결래 소 인나 상계세 때는 왕사체 상계세 때는 계속 길코스타나사체 상계세 때는 계속 르막스군 라바자체 상악치 여기디군 라바자체 또 상계세 망게 죽자니 상외출라만 볼랍스카즈루 볼레 상외출라 제자는 유미만 보지 일답바나 총치스 마송 파상 때는 미만 보지 소스만 소소였 파상 때는 상계세 미만스죠 말아봐노 미만스죠 때는 상계세 초스빅sabik 지진다지 미정마 하고 지지 초스도시 용지만나 미만사말라직 상말라 지켜비 초스도시 대소식 랍세는 때는 되게 들어가다 법에 된 바신 팔라면은 제가 조사 소안데 대소식 랍세는 뭐네 때는 대파신의 초스고나 상계세 sabik 때는 잘고 본도지 소리만에 때는 자 가시리만에 간에 가라 말랍세도 빨래 대소식 놀래 다 이거 간단 출루소식 만나 동서 줄을 소식이었던 제준 다지 그런 것이 되네스팅이 오가 가을이라 내 펩시 스팅네 되네 보드라 펩시 펍스는 그런 것이 세 되네 보드라 대산이 다지 줄을 본보스가 줄을 얘기하는 본보 야 본보 줄을 가는 본보 줄을 비나는 되네 마포식 이와 마다인 지리진 거랑 믹스 주스트 빅 스페셜한 다루쇼체 소그린도 슈마 동체 소그린도 다르초 스포츠 소그린도 테네 상상체 소그린도 하래 대군은 마테네 상기세 자르죽전에 팔체 유티 미룩 소시 몰도 게레다 유티잖아 아빠타마체 인도데 에나 편포군에 테네 정말 몰도 대전에 메캬소시 몰도 발에 테네 때는 그런 뭐지 탑 카스바자 되는 거랑 아다 교스파 상기시세피야 탑 카스바자 때 많아 오야 테네 지지친 거랑 대군 마다 주스는 빨리 모두 주스는 봐. 되는 거는 뭐지 거라 상기스 니스파이노 때 계속 상학생 냠는 주스 때네 지지친 거랑 상학생 냠는 주스 때 거는 뭐지 스팅이 로마 거는 뭐지 거라 때는 물로 슈상아 소식 상기스는 때스는 망포 상기스는 때원 세시 루시가 상기스는 거래. 손바상 때원 직 라스 마초간지 이노잖아 라스 마초간 만로 라스 초간지 이노래. 다 주지스테원 바더니 이소 탕카샴 제스테니 이소 코신 곤체스테니 이소 직 상탕 저 빅스티니스테니 다르틴디도 발에 에테네 다르파상 다지 podlatsek 마리 다르틴디도 오야테네 다테 위자스테 사빅 줄룩 소시 통테노 바 줄룩 소시 religion 소시 엄청나 지코랑 institutionalized religion 소시 통테노 발이 있나가다 노 베조스베게 다나직 데베 고랑하다 폭뚝사는 고 줄룩전 나오는 만에 쪽스 야 인틱 미루글레 and after this Gurumbuchi when he went to Tibet he adopted a lot of shamanistic components into Buddhism. For example, burning, smoke offering. For example, then also flags. For example, drums. Hand drums, big drums, so on. All these like those trumpets that we blow. Afterwards, Che was mostly invented by Majik Labdin Patambasangi, but anyway, it all came later, and because of that, because of all these tankas, because of all this brocade, and everything was, it just changed a little bit afterwards, after the Buddha had, passed away much later, and then it started to look like a religion, and became more institutionalized. Monasteries, learning centers, and then it became more institutionalized, and then it looked more like a religion. Rinpoche looked more like a pope, or like, I don't know what you call it. The Dalai Lama looked more like a pope, for example, or whoever was holding the highest throne in Tibet at that time, and so on. But in essence, Buddhism is very philosophical. I think 90%, or I can say almost 100%, of everything that, even for example, when you look at, when I was young, when I practiced Vajra Yogini, or Vajravarahi, Dorje Pagmo, Chunzane, Dorje Pagmo Gomzane, I was astonished, when you read the characteristics of her appearance, her ornaments and everything, they're so philosophical, because by that time I had already attended Shedra, so I understood a little bit of Buddhist philosophy. It was so philosophical. She was a walking philosophical teaching, Vajravarahi, and that you were visualizing, So instead of reading and just thinking, you were actually visualizing using your mind. That's how powerful the tantric teachings were. Then it chunzane dorje pangmo gomzane kono, dorje pangmo chems indo, chan sum indo, then dorje pangmo 오열 괜찮대 참아 잘랑 따지 거랑 데스테 참아래 이제가 죽스탄 엄청 다 도저 보면 나 같이 온전 되네 방문 신바상선에 방문 검전에 뭐 그런 할래시도 벌레 대전에 받아서 보기 도저 상당히 다섯 상황에서 줬봐 오 작품체스 이게 당체스 되는데 즉 이담 검체 살에 때 참아 그런 필로소피가 베스트 선들 벌레 필로소피가 작레스는 벌레 그 지타 작다 필로소피는 벌레 so ku dulkane dorje pagmo soshi papa chanjik soshi sonle ta dorje pagmo soshi ta ngajita dupa kalgide tani idam so ta ya byumna ni chigino pa tepe ni juste en senba dorje pagmo soshi na jita jakta khram mane sange se chutsangma changkane tezo idam chakpuji duble hale shi duble tani dorje pagmo ketena mane khram lama mampo jistena zatena ko special o tani chigning lama tilgo khense rumbo chezara zosla tani ata kalgit pe lama tani chi mampo jistena Gerando pode botar interno, tá mano, mas hale, mano não pode estar na zona, testem que já tem, nem chic, china topste, e também china topste, nem se chega sangue está no pole. Tesuxi que não mano, coche, cachê antes que sangue se chos porque não, ou temos que filosofia miruk ser canjic, e o sangue se chos porque não, o vajra zer como mano coram, alag chic não pechos mano zer como, chos tonta hamagosh, hamagono. O cote não com mansazuk 지디 좀 거랑 창마 창스도 있어서 만서 complicated 송보상 아다테나 스토어 선택는데 하고 덴바저만 스토어마 치쿠리가 돈타만 보용전래 자기가 쿠리가 돈타만 보용전래 만에 거랑 추세나 거 스크린나 거가 추사마 창카리 용전래 엄마네 받미 호는 거나 탑나 셔라 파진 쪽 창마 상수결래 서 된담데 먹고 좀데 뭐 창마 상수결래 망상 가신 뭐 송보서 가지 스카스 돈타 셔서 미르 돈타 지판즈루파 때 돈타 뭐 하고 싶는데 그 상기스는 거래 하와 선바상 대숙식다 모두 수시츠비 망그르지 다상다 필로소피 츠비 프랙티스 저스탄스 바상 다사마도 바양 오다 추스 인나만 인틱미루 데니 다사 동겔링 당체스 스크림 조체스 이 착초메 불체스 데니 이 다상다 이담 검체 도시 방모 검체스 이마다 콜로덴 조 검체스 이마다 데니지 파바체레즈 검체스군 장 이수 남페초스 인틱미루 데우스티니 코랑원에 비야 파이데 페초스테노 삼감소를 가시게 삼틱둑 남들이 처럼처럼 대팽이 주세요 Yeah, you know that's enough. Let's continue with the stanzas. Yeah, Jotene. Oh, that thing. Shuloka number. Nishu sakshi bano khale. Teni da continuation bano continuation. Da teni muntu te no. Teni ya ju nishu sangis pate omote do. Jian dongal yunte ni. Shkyu te pase lorchi. Ko bala hinji she. Dinan zefshin gela ga. So da dongal mena nginjung met zakanje deja shik sasiki mitna. Tate wen jasat pa tsapi tsukshi no gale. Tena tsotsuri no. Ta jian te manpa yang dongal la khorang dongal ne tene ngata chik nginjung sketches po pana nok mote deja mola mera nginjung zena tene chik khora gala meru zakan bo khorwana chang pantos meru tene khorwana tarches po ka gala intik du khorwa zakan bena boshkit pozas meru ta loshkit pori chokan cho yang tene tomori yang skit po metkan song miri tong tezuk song yang skewanen yang shi tezuk chunduk pasang khorwa zakan botem be skit po intik meru tene khorwana targo so samse khorwana ngata lo dokches bole sembal dokches po khorwana nginjung ske existe no pale so ancora la nginjung ske existe no gle tene dungal mampotona nax mampotona sapi nginjung ske no gle so tasa chospa ma choji nax mampotonga ne jase nginjung ske existe no gle nax matona ji ko nginjung ske ches chos chos kas po no samarle so tipi sangese tene ji 망고 못해도 고야주 되네다 이원테나 속시 못되나 지양 동할 연테니 때만 받더니 동할 지간 뭐 양원나 갈테스 파파레 오브저스케다 망부징아 메시지를 두발에 마 디프레스 차라 마 주모 요아라 되니 캠페인 고이수 저저 차로 오야 되니 마 셈바스케 포메라 마만이 동할 쳔모라 마 서퍼링 두카 마 동할 쳔모 마스케 포메라 그러나 되니 때양 판토지가 타양 포지티브리 때오치가 타스타나 연텐치 켜서나 지양 te manpa dongal yonten chi kyazana shkyo tekpa selwarche lotene sembash kyoche sale ata chi sembash kyoche semba ata dongal yong sembash kyo no pale so atena ni molte no ko you literally ata translate juste no pa so teni sembash kyo kan jaste dongal eten pantos chi kyazana sembash kyo kan semba chakan jaste teni fo tekpa zana teni chi margyal soshi ale takpu soshi maji takpoin samshi shongchimana o wote mitkan chano zanok le ata gaman zekan bo margyals kan metkan chano zan duhama po yuna ngata semba chak chano zan gele ton galen zan gele kwe tekpa selwar che teni ngata tekpa ngata izu margyals kan bosela no metkan chano zan gele teo manpa teni soso ronga dungal tunkane jaste dungal jaste sembash ko kane jaste teni korwa pala ninjishke korwa pa azena teni soso rang nyampo korwena ko korkane semshan mi teni zumu yonkan zumu mayankan suin nandajik semshan buzik chi nangele sem yutne zumte koshkipo magos kan suchi amekya jamajalu guna sem gosa ashkipo gosano hale o buzik guna teni ashkipo gosano so hale shingin dokanji suchi amekya le son basang teni soso topa korwa pala pajamagunla ninjishkano ogzano soso naxton passant te on attache ninji ke gauche ça non ninji meditation mo tezu chogosano le mara dungal lonzana oho zechishik teni chik soso dungal metkan son testeni bijama dungal lonzana skut zena teni mo soponokle soso ran dungal lonzana samjing naxtu mana soso ran chik naxton zene kazuk ka kasposhara teni te ojma gona ta tu samsal goshi se no zdaro mata mino mizirkan beteni acha uchu zernyana no ta ara uru zernyana no pale chidongchana juju nga bacha chusanga yeto chusanga zita ta kuchuguling tangana tu chunji na ta te chide rox nenyante no kle semshan gona te onche samano kle semshan gona ko kijina ko mugin dona bilajina miya zer dona kle balang bungujina ko kuchu tang dona kon dona lyote no te pari sole son basan teni buzik jiginani tarumte kuchon tangana mano kle kuchon tangana mano teni ziksan parpara ngata yargunila bathroom gunila dong chuzani teka buzik yomira tamori ko tena chuna tsape ko kampala patsai chakto na chuna ko dimste na tsape jarte na ko gulin dona ko kuchu tangshe samano te pari teni ko chi junta buzik chun bu kurte ngata teni smancho ni chongin chis mekya hospital ni kingen chis mekya ta ko tsape sin ko shi chesena pale tezuk tungal chen mekya ne 미담이 no semshinde semshine no buzugun no dungon machin mo ka samsing injo gon gosa no pasemeli temane mato balam bung so lance bathroomina sonde sori to kanjel dongri chi lagmal demori chokanjo ste tene pilo son shazo changtung zmo tong sama nakstan chi hiro ni chokanjo de dol dutte ozano pale semba mashko kan semba machakan margel chemo jana zirkan chik polinga zirkan chik posa tezu macho mo teno korwa pala ninjishki diglan zemshin gela ga tene dikpalan zemano zana ngata zemcheso dikpalan zemshin gewala ga tene ngata dikpa zikan gela intimiru sange se molte do dikpa sarna dungal yono gewa sarna shkitpo yono to dembu indu samsemana positivity attract jonokle negativity zikan betene chokpo zikan ber chokpo thana nokle gala zikan be gala thana nokle yu ta chanji gunne zapik law of attraction zikan yongdo pa to zapik chokchori no samara la mata ji samba gala tangdu na samba lakmo tangdu na mata ji ji kaspo chana tenang tene ko te chokpo masta te gala wastana hale o gala wastana tene ji mata 판독시시면 좀 맥혀래 하고 오야 때네 대지 마다 지동 지차나 오 대버 쪽보 지보 스타나 때네 마다 노트 결지시면 맥혔다 스페셜나 오다 미지 동산이 이놈 바래 미도 대점식 대식 다 미지 동산노 오야 때네 공로 반지 친모이노 할래 게 주탈지 이놈 급주 소시노 때네 때 미지 동산에 다 인기 대전 전 주스핀 마리 삼방 때나 소시긴 마다 미지 동산에 또 많이 그런 직 많이 직선 맥간 차감 소시 대주 동마스 제모사도 바래 라파르도 간다 지 아제 두포지 간다 년중으로 도모지 두포체잖니 근데 또 상부사는 벌레 다 미치미지 통세였다니 스페셜나 포지티브리 그저 선바탕 거서는 머리 퍼스널 대주시네리 스페셜에는 맞죠 못한테 몰타 유도 머리 선바탕 대주긴래 미지다 치미지 통선나 그 미치 셀리브리티 상래 뭐나 콜로게 주 독차트는 굽주 독차트는 그 미전에 지통선 맥결 고소되지 섬세 아 대삼실루스나 본조 지다 보이노 코이좀 교와 사소했게 ki ngata isu jisten kakspen na ko jigri jani jisten na ko dan dire to kosman na minda stache chogin je kya te zane te ngata abi memi ko dan dire tong zane jang met pa te zane te thalbe na desin jing na dulin jing na kazu ko sonte los kya samse mise celebrate chogo sano pore emba ku tongni tonggo se shini shigos de ko mashikanji patla gora shishes manos se takchu te sil tangan judna te o shi te no zana mobile so shigi no pa mobile warranty mobile zakan bu ngata special na jik sang so ma news te na jik chana te ni se bar ko shi so shigi no le shi zana ko tasana chak news te no pale mobile bo mane lur chuk sonte te ni zote jik na te ni ko down chana hang chana te ni ko chibe mon le chara ta nimbo son sa te no pa te tsosla mi jigin na ko yurumu sonte son sa te se ne sabe ko destiny tonsa na mi se celebrate chukchi so shi no pale te for example no jona positively zostanie no ta negatively stane teni chana muinduk chesteni jam pana mano so ran just chano je me just chano example so shi just en bale so oh yeah teni now I will explain oh teni isupo teni tesu mata korwaze kan bo teni korena ko ikane dumhan mata tonkane dumhal bejaste sembash kyo kan semba chagano teni margal met kan chano teni so ran so janma guna dumhal yongan guna injir kano zano so ale teni dikpa chungin drama no le dikpan zimgin drama kewa mata teni kewa chuchi so tatpa gyura no zano le now this in English it's a continuation of Shantideva's previous teaching obviously, but mainly it is a continuation of one of his previous stanzas, not the preceding stanza but one of his previous stanzas when he says something like, oh, without suffering there is no renunciation mind, so it is a continuation of that more or less the meaning. So he says that suffering is another quality since arrogance diminishes because of despair. Okay, what it means is like in samsara, like right now we're in samsara. When we suffer, we go into despair. It breaks our hearts. It's very difficult, We go through a great deal of ordeal, and that helps in breaking our arrogance, our pride, our this grasping to the ego. It breaks us down, and that is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, Some people think that, someone, who has a very high ego, who thinks like he's the best in the world. These days people they have all these like trainings when people say to each other like, oh, you should visualize yourself as the best in the world, the rest of the people are like your subjects, or that kind of mentality is very dangerous, because then you become disconnected with everything else, with nature, with phenomena, with all sentient beings. You become so selfish because you become then self-centric. Yeah, so this is one good quality of suffering. It breaks your ego down, it brings you down, and then it makes you see things in a different light. It continues, and one feels compassion for beings in the cycle of existence. Okay, cycle of existence, samsara, korwa, samsara, where we are all right now, trapped, so to speak. It is almost like samsara is, spoken of as a prison, as a vast ocean which we cannot swim through. So we are stuck in this samsara, in this ocean of samsara, in this prison of samsara. And it's not just us, but we have a lot of other beings together with us who are suffering all together. And there are human beings, and there are lots of different other beings in different realms. But in the human realm, the ones that we see and witness are animals and bugs, So right previously in Ladakhi, I was just expounding on that. I was saying that, as us humans, we see suffering very clearly. If somebody is hungry, that person will shout, I'm hungry. If somebody is thirsty or tired, they will say, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, I'm injured, We can ask for help. But what about animals? Dogs, if they're injured, they can only bark, they can only yelp. Cats, that's the only thing they can do. You can't ask the dog what is their problem. They will just keep yelping and barking, on and on. Right? And a cow will just keep moving. If its ankle is broken, if it has some stomach problem, or the same with donkeys, or same with other animals, And okay, animals, they can also express themselves, and we can try to find their problems and help them. Whatever suffering they have, we can generate compassion like that. But what about bugs? Bugs also have minds. Bugs are also sentient. Bugs also don't seem to want to die. Bugs also don't seem to want to drown and to be burnt and to be squashed. It's visible, you can see it. It's obvious. For example, when you wake up in the morning, especially in the summer days, you go to your bathroom, and in the in your washing bowl, you see maybe like a small insect, very thin insect, right? And then sometimes, because I pay attention to those things, right? Because of your toothpaste, if we don't always wash our wash bowls all the time, right? So sometimes maybe some toothpaste is there, and bugs are attracted to the smell of toothpaste because we brush our teeth in the mornings and the evenings. So when you come into the wash bowl in the morning, sometimes you see, I used to see this in Sopadma, in my monastery in Himachal. It was much hotter, so there would be more bugs. So I would see the bugs, and I would just observe, and the bugs, they're so tiny, and some are stuck to some droplets of water, and their wings are wet, and their limbs are all stuck together, and you don't know what to do. If you pick it up, it may die. If you leave it, it may drown. So what to do? You can't take a small bug, insect, to a hospital. You can't operate in a human, like we do with humans. So imagine, think about all these things. When we talk about meditation and compassion, it's not just like sitting under a tree and just like, oh, compassion, compassion, compassion. No, it's not like that. It is active compassion meditation. That's what I think. Every day during your routine, observe, observe, and you will see the whole world is a teaching. Teaching of impermanence, teaching of suffering, right? Teaching of happiness, teaching of joy, teaching of enlightenment. Everything is there. That the only thing is that we have to open our eyes. But no, because of our self-centric nature, because of our arrogance, because of our pride, you're always looking at ourselves, right? Me, 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 me. So then we don't see the sufferings of others. That's why when you have suffered a little bit, when you have gone through something, your arrogance becomes diminished. Because of suffering, because of despair, right, which is a result of suffering, then your ego becomes less and your eyes broaden. Oh, I suffered so much. So maybe, and one feels compassion for beings in the cycle of existence, and we feel compassion for other beings as well. Fear and sin and the yearning for goodness, and then we have this, we diglan zemshin gelaga, and then we don't want to commit bad karma. We have a yearning for goodness, we have a yearning for goodness. That's basically what it means. Ya jotene sholoka no mangi shusangis tispa laso dongagi junitsela metro senam la chide to teda gonji jinji ko dai gun mal demotle dembale ande jagni kono lawar minjube mudi kan yuma yin te zerkam choksla tene chilo akaldi chusu yunani tele mega seji yuzikam mona te zikam bote te tokses tanzangi favorite de jangaji nginang ngi majusa you make coming around itu choza you ngara ran personal ngi favorite sorigin iguna tontak mani iguna tana toksori tontak zugala itle so favorite man tajungen chimera gale favorite tanga chosamani favorite te ninan tose I tontakono zabardast söyle sana zaten tispala so dungagi ngata tispe zungal tispa langches hale tispe dungal goma geleng ting ruk hale so spejana ngara amale tik pari par yo chazane o tispe zumo yo no gari na shuk zane ten tispa pinzane ten nason do parikle mane korang gelte jama chingisi malsenam lusukle tispa na tak desistine so tene mane korang beosh koran charo google yani miru tena male jigo mane tena ngi sheskam kashiga tezo tispe zumo yong zane mana tene tispa la sokpa zana tispa tsokse tene zumo janma zanole tene janma go sakre zumo champe zumo tasazisam coronavirus zumo la inopata tene tso tene sui zumo hale Jopashal chase ho da te umal de mujime kya so teneji zumo mo poyetno ko cancer zumo hale te tixpa la so pe tene dungal janma guna ta jungal china na zegan bunga ta tene dungal yongzane te dungal injunnes so jungnes zena dungal source po dungal yongso jungnas chinmo mata dungal yongse jungnas chinmo tixpa zoks tene na chidichin koran ko coronavirus zumo zoks te gunla shoyamano pale 동안 중내체나 미초월 대 조상한테 쇼잖아 막 고통이라서 고자한테는 물주 단스 이죽점을 빨리 막 쫓파샤라서 쫓파 물주 담아놓 빨리 하나 오 영화 틱스파라서 틱스파 잠고 해주기 물주 담아놓 빨리 하나 막 참파라서 넣고 주고 단스 넣고 물주 담아놓 빨리 하나 미가 주모서 미키야 이야켜는 미가 물주 담아 미가 쇼점을 빨리 미기 주모 쇼점을 봐 쫓파샤칸에 주모 이 실제스랑 시시도 후즈스 순다 시간다운 모노 콜레 모노 고자탄 걸 만에 그러고 이 고자 그 지수 부기는 고자냐 사탕제라 삼지신 상황 모노 콜레 이 셈바스케도 지시만에 짱맥이야 중내 첼라미 조월 틱스파 쪽세테네 주무제마고니 둥할 용체신 중내스 대군라테네 첸모굴라 마타 쇼초마노 세메남르 지데투 대답군지 진지고 미지게 때네 냐라 쇼초나 미지게 냐라 쇼초나 할레 미지게 갈데스 냐라문에 쇼초나 때네 때미와 쇼체 냐라 때미와 지디치 미지게 갈데스 냐라고 노파시칼았나 때미와 쇼치페초 세미유즈나 때네 미초시마나스 세미유 간초시가 지페 쇼요하다 때 세미유 간봉 시켄지기 스쿨테노 빨리 시켄지기 스쿨테노 콩 때네 콩 주무지 용세노클레 코 주무지 용세노즈나 코 때네 쇼즈르카네 주무지 용세노클레 하고 뭐고 코 라스 줌지즈카네 주무지 용세노클레 코 쇼치스 짱마 판레 하고 마타 주무즈카노 스페셜 코로나 바이러스 뽕 치페 제스테 용세노 부츠치 제스테 용세노 빨리 때네 코로나 바이러스 주무 마타 코로나 바이러스 주무 쇼치스 마릭파 마나 코 부츠 쇼치스 마릭 빨리 인치스 코 부츠기 제스테 송소노 파 zumo yonse pale tena tsosla mata texpe zumo yona ko texpa lankane jese zumo so pa texpa shon systematic pale simet kane miji mata shochurna ko shwe kulkane jeste shwe jeste ko shwe yonse mane ko janjin shonjin mano pale las gumja se jeste ko shoji yonse mane ko mane ko rashke zane ko tsama zumo tan kanji ngira zo na se kanji mano pale ko shkenji gi shkulte no pale agwa coronavirus po putsik gi shkula tsosla 틱스페 주모 틱스페 스쿨라 쪽슬라 고작 포켓에는 주문 포마 통간 니마 두칸에 제스테 고아 니마 포칸 망포 포칸에 고작 용칸 쪽슬라 되니 아다 미 손전지기 때는 이라고나 쇼초자네 콘쇼마초 몰테노 콘테네 스쿨칸 보 쇼제칸에 되니 티죽시 주무지기 스쿨테 노잖아 소알레 오야 대답군 그냥 시킨기 꿀 때왕테는 시킨지기 스쿨테 고 김선지 전마지기 때는 몰테노 그래 오야 되네 답부디 잉글리시나 직주스탄 싱세 I'm not angered at bile and the like, even though they cause great suffering, right? Oh yeah, then we are not tachi. Sorry, I'm getting confused with the languages. Bile, like when you have. How can I say this in English? In Ladakh, it's quite easy. It takes bile, disease of bile, Now, for example, some people that I know, when they travel long distances, that's what we say in Ladakh. I don't know whether it's real or not, but we say that the bile gets mixed up in your bloodstream or something, Bile gets, when you go and travel in the car, your bile gets mixed up in your bloodstream or something, and then you vomit a lot, and then you have a lot of headache, and then you have a lot of headache, and then you have a lot of great suffering. You can't move. Your whole body becomes stiff, and it is, it causes you great suffering, the suffering of bile, and it's caused by bile. If you have a headache, it's because of dehydration and because of exposure to the sun, or because of overthinking, because of maybe some of the reasons. If you have diarrhea, maybe like a bug that caused your sickness. And now we have a good example, like coronavirus. So coronavirus, and the coronavirus, the disease called COVID-19 is caused by SARS-CoV-2 bug. Right? It's caused by bug, which is of the coronavirus family, and I think it's called SARS-CoV-2, and the disease is COVID-19. So COVID-19 is caused by SARS-CoV-2, and they all have, they are impelled by conditions. They all come from, somewhere. They have a reason, right? Okay, let's continue. It'll make more sense. I'm not angered at bile and the like, bile, the disease of bile is just an example, and then any other disease, similar disease, even though they cause great suffering. You don't get angry at yourself, you don't punch your stomach, when you have bile, you don't punch your abdomen when you have, diarrhea. That's stupid. You don't curse diarrhea. Why be angry at those who have mind? For example, if somebody's, being angry at you, somebody's harming you, why should you be angry at them? Those who have minds, like human beings, for example, because they are also impelled by conditions. In the same way, COVID-19 is, for example, COVID-19, the disease is impelled by the bug course SARS-CoV-2. An angry person is impelled by various conditions. Is impelled by you existing. He has an object to focus his anger on, and there must be a reason that has occurred in his mind, some prejudice, some karmic problem, a karmic consequence from past life. It all has been, it's like an amalgamation of conditions which comes into fruition as an angry person. So you have to observe it like that. You can't just be angry at somebody. You have to think that that person is impelled by a condition called anger, and we should be patient. I mean, it's easier said than done, I know, but the thing is, like, if you practice it often, then eventually you become it becomes easier to practice it instantly in the real world. For example, like yesterday I was giving the analogy of driving, and people, you're there blocking the road, right? I mean, let's break it down. You're blocking the road. If you didn't exist, then obviously he will have no one to blow the horn to. You're the subject, you're there. And maybe he has some problems at home. Maybe his wife or his husband, they had a disagreement. Maybe he got fired from his job. It's impelled by all these conditions. Maybe he just lost some money, or I don't know, maybe he just broke up, with a good friend. Or maybe somebody's dying. He has to be there fast, and you're blocking his road. That's an example. And then he's blowing his horn. He's getting angry at you. You have to imagine all these things. For example, in Ladakh, those who don't know Ladakh that well, I'll explain something to you. Ladakh has a very short season in the summer. It is only, I think, like 4-5 months season. The rest of the months, there's no season. The roads are blocked, so most of the tourists, they cannot come. Only like wealthy tourists can come by airplanes, and airplanes are quite expensive because the demand is high and the supply is very low. Anyway, and also it becomes quite cold. Right now it's very pleasant. So what happens? In the summer months, it's very short, and the peak season, it's maybe like May, June, July. That's it, like 2-3 months. And you have so many tourists coming, and we have a lot of taxi drivers in Ladakh. Yeah, long distance taxi drivers, and they have these SUVs, and they drive really fast, which they shouldn't actually, I know. But then, sometimes you hear a lot of people complaining about these taxi drivers. They say, oh, Ladakhi taxi drivers really bad. Taxi drivers really bad from Leh, from Kargil. They drive so fast. I know they shouldn't drive fast, but then when people just complain like that, and then I try to break it down, I try to understand why do they drive fast. Then I thought, like, to make money, to make this little amount of money. In the rest of the country, it's open 12 months. Ladakh, we only have a peak season of 1-2 months. So imagine like that. And when you look at the taxi drivers, when they overtake you, you look into their eyes, and they're so, tired. I know they should rest. I know they should take proper rest. But you have to look at it from a humane point of view. They're so tired. They're high on coffee and tea and everything, and they're driving really fast so they can make from destination A to destination B fast, so they can ferry another passenger back, so they can make more money in a short amount of time. Obviously, it's dangerous, and I know they shouldn't drive fast, but you have to understand why they drive fast, right? Instead of just blaming them directly, saying all taxi drivers are bad. All taxi drivers are bad. Whenever a taxi driver is blowing a horn full of tourists, Indian tourists or American, Western tourists, lots of Ladakhis, like local Ladakhis, they don't even let them pass. I mean, it's just an example. I'm not a traffic warden, I'm not a cop, so it's not my issue. I'm just saying, that's my observation. So many people, they don't even allow them to pass. They say like skutsong, means like, serves you well, slow down. But then you have to understand why they do that. And that generates a lot of anger. There's so many fights every day in the peak seasons. I know it. And people are so miserable. The drivers themselves are miserable. The people, who are on the road, they're miserable. So it's just, you have to understand what kind of conditions had impelled them to behave in such a way. When you understand that, then it becomes easy to deal with these situations. Then you also don't, partake. You don't contribute to this problem. It's similar. I'm just making an example, giving an example. Tene da sa shkeni shkur kan sos pozes pena ina zo tangi da sanles ka tingi just ansvali la da sa tene ngata di season bo machuni no pole yar la da ni sum jiman me kya peak season bo hala season ko da September October so ozer desera no te so tourist para ko chus kam kan so la tourist ko nas kam se me kya Spale, Teneta, Nanilo Soshina, Temimo, the Lasa Tower, Taxi Tower, Galamir, Marso Potok, Greek, social, Palanji, Nostan Juzerpole, Tenia, Tagoma, some Tagala Medos, Marangarishulis and Manicona, Gabna Horantans, Yashopole, Mana, Gari Lama Dansamani, Conjochi, Tulgurumbuchi, Naman, Squat Pampole, Tadun Boton, Tenela Pachaga, the Pari, Izuchurupa, Garikeva dancing, Aransachu together, Inna Tachikoram, Inazing is the dancer, Ama Potentious. Then it is an attach. Gomega, Sabizabasho, Bujustende, Izukmaniko, Storopash, which is Mano, Mission, and Chichin Mana. Some Bazantina, Stini, some big towns, Gospa Chipasula, the assembly. The native was Ninjashis. Chipajana, Danis Joan Mekarade, Tenokoga, Penimanunji Sabushikale. So, Matilla Yulbo, Lumampo, je pense pour passant, Chang Mastas passant, infrastructure Zasmikale, traffic system Zasmikale, Lamical light or Chang Mikale. Chang infrastructure, Chang Mother Chang Galaji Matobano, road Gunnar Major Steno. Son passant, Chang Tadik Medinjina, Tezika, Lameka Stakanja Meka, traffic police gallery and Jaja Metinole, the Nico Gospomanichi Shulini. Chesano Lodging is Manametano, Copenhagen, the competition is Mampon, Tutsama Sambatana, the Ninjas Kitches, the new show me on a parano, just example just in Manning, Gary Gospel Gosamo Justamania. Tenino Paleco, Tepia Gospel, Tepia Horantansen, Tepia Sanskatansenole, mixed and the Palepo Ramani Chatons, the coffee tonse, Manetenichiton, Zoste tonse, Mipura, Shanks the Marposon Talitum, Grishulan, Gospa, Gospel Los Ivan Lemiantenopa, Benegosa Sanganteno. Tener Gunzernia, Garichus Borchasenopale. Some by example, Chitans and Bailetachi, Mantan Kazushi, Astagosano, Zaganbo, Skeni schools Ganbo, then a common of the Zukskenji school Tenopatagona, Ninjagumosano, example, Ginia, Teojustin Mane. Just in Manea, a Chilchen, Garigos Poshulgosano, Tigan, just a man, Yajo, Turniazagun, oh, yeah, Teneshulokan, bring you some Penamindi Jindu Nindi Jungor, Jurwatar, Tenjin Mindijindu Yang, Ninji, Nyumon Jumon, Jur, Tayula Monocle, Pena, Special Teneta say Zumuzakanbo, Gosa Metzena, Zumo Goskanjisu Kerle. Echimoras, Zumo Goskanjisu, Mazumo de Mozara, Mazumo Skitisra, Mazumo, Zumo Iton Shira, Mana, oh, what's up my Talda Hashison, Gozaritu, Tupa Mashalal, the Nea Hapta Hashison, Tupaji Salina, some say, comes on Deskipaha, Tupashala, Chamana, oh, Chitensia Porte, La Pega, Toaji Porte, Lapazu, Purashan, Sermopro Gosiona, or Zugutman, or Lim Chatana comes on, Chala, there's a Sumikale, Tutanjik. Perna, Minde Jundia, so just Dumala Dopa Metano. Gosa Metzena, Dopa Medijindia, Nindi Jumajuatar, Zumazikanbo, not you, Tene Jumseno, Tena Tosla, Ale, oh ya, Gosa Metzena, Zumuyonseno Pale, Tena Tosla, Tejin Minde Jundia, Tena Tosla, Gosa Metzena, Ningi Numon, oh, Juman George, oh, Tene, Tezu, Jimbe Soshale, Ningi, Jimbe Sostene, Seminakoga, Show, Chakspa, Margal, Tene, Tsrion, Chest, Samakulia, Kula, oh, Gosa Metzena Koyonokle, Show Gosa Metzena Shoyonokle. So, oh, Mazumo Gosa Metzena Zumuyon Kananjinla, Mountain, Show Gosame, Chakspa Gosame, Chidichin Koran, oh, Margal Gosame, Mountain, Tsri Gosame, Zetaruyamirali, Tsri Goskanjis, Sujamika, Shoyon Goskanjis, Sujamika. Mana, oh, yeah, some person, Margal Sekanji, Goskanji Suji, Kataji, Mikajin, Margal Gosadote, Gosa Metzena, Rangini Yonstin, Zumuyon Consult, just as sharp pain arises, although one does not desire it, when we get sick, we don't desire headache, we don't desire diarrhea, we don't desire coronavirus, COVID-19, we don't desire tumor and cancer and AIDS and all these sufferings, all these illnesses which bring us great pain. But even though we don't desire it, even though we have never asked for them, even though we don't miss them, they still arise in ourselves. In the same way, defilements, right? Mental afflictions, defilements, negative emotions, whatever you want to call them, mental defilements, such as anger, jealousy, attachment, pride, ego, so on, they also forcibly arise. They come, unwanted guests. Although one does not desire it, it's in the same way that we don't desire suffering, defilements also arise in our minds. We can't do anything about it. That's what Shantideva was saying. It's basically just, karma, bad karma. When you accumulate a lot of bad karma, you have you generate a lot of negative emotions. When you accumulate a lot of good karma, you generate not defilements, you generate good emotions, good feelings. In the same way that if you take care of your diet, if you exercise regularly, if you maintain yourself healthy, then you have less chances of getting illnesses and diseases. For example, those people who abstain from eating sugar, they have a very low chance of risking diabetes, or if they stay away from harmful foods, for example, and also so on. So it's a bit like that. Even though we don't desire illnesses, they come to us forcibly. Same way with defilements. Yeah, 사실 마사장 시켜보는 지나초 쇼미용 삼낭 쇼쩨 마삼낭 토와 사실 마삼장 그래서 되네 쇼용은 삼때 마삼나양 토와 자시 마삼장 쇼용 마삼나양 시켜보는 지나초 주모고 삼에잖아 주모용 간속라 쇼쪼메잖아 쇼주제 삼바 메낭 되네 시켜보잖아 미지스트노글 미구나 가지고 되네 지나초 되네 고삼에잖아 쇼용 간속라 스케파 사실 마삼장 토와 대신 시켜본 줄 소아 되네 쇼즈르간봉 삼바직 메테노글 쇼즈르간봉 때오 삼마마노 드링가 발가르 부실다 빼는 거 손땡마직 슈고소 드링 발가르 부실다 빼는 거 손땡마직 시키고소 두고소 코절미가식 용틱둑 디고나 야 쇼체세피아 쇼마 발가르 부실다 빼는 거 손테 드링 미고나 야 쇼체세피아 첸 삼치 삼바 쇼 메테노글 아딜 답변은 거 마티 죽스페는 거가 또 파샤체스 주모양 다코 드링한테 주맥 당고서 고작 삼바탄케래 코마니 단디르스키 부주루 샤민다 민도 보르도 샤셀 포스쿠루 카마 포스쿠루 칼레 티셔츠 본티도 코아테네 이죽식 제대chen 달당스바 코아테네 고작식 경고소 코아테네 주무식 경고소 삼세 고작한테 주 삼바 메케래 때나 쪽라 쇼구나 쇼 삼바 메케래 시켓파르 자시 마삼경 마스킨 시키고속 마삼나 슐록 라인 넘버 숨바 토와 대신 시켜본 줄 쇼즈가 뭐 상신 시켜노 이거 들으디 속신자 놓래 하고 야 토와 사시 마스키본 쇼쩨 마삼나 하나 지로데 루지오 발라다스가 다 룰데 모주다 지로데 주드가 시라도 제스파 미초미쇼스가 발레 루마데 모일레 테니 라다스 루 주티 주즈나 직 제스파 미초스가 니스 테네양 알리에토데 인테그나다 상멜 데모소르나 칼레 알리에토 알데모소르데 셰라레 테고말 데모소르 테나데 제스파 미초미초 삼나즈간 버질로 켈라 셈보쇼린 송즈간 보다 테족시노게 하고 제스파 미초 삼나제미라에 쇼즈간 모테네 칼레 코용엔 마삼나 mana ko yomen masamna ko rangjin sho yong stansen noble hawa musique mo rangjin sho njang gusta noble chose que no mijil tapena jugin masamna ko rangjin de chose que bo yon se no hey. Okay, number 24, a person does not intentionally become angry thinking I shall get angry. Maybe there are some demented people we have had in history, a few. Well, and I shouldn't say these words live, but I know it starts with the A, it ends with the E, right? We have had a lot of these AE people. In between there are 5 letters in between. Yeah, between A and E there are 5 letters, so you know which word I'm talking about, right? No need to mention it in the comments. There have been a few of these people, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are just so demented by karma, I don't know, by genetics, I don't know what problem, and they have caused mass suffering in the form of world wars, and so on. They've killed millions of people, and they've killed like countless animals and bugs and millions of people, and maybe they really want to get angry, but generally speaking, a person does not intentionally sit down and thinks like, I have to get angry, right? No. We don't have that intention. Nor does anger is sentient. Meaning anger does not, drink coffee on his table. Anger, upstairs, yeah. Floor number 1, upstairs. Nor does anger think like, today I'm going to dive into this person's brain and I'm going to make him angry so that I can harm his people, his relatives, his loved ones, his friends. Anger also does not have that intention. Even if anger does not, despite anger not having any thinking capacity to think, intention to arise, anger arises. Despite generally people not having the intention to become angry, we become angry. Yeah, it is just like force of nature. And it's, really, if you think about it, it's really nobody's fault. It just comes. That's what Shantideva was saying. It's really nobody's fault. But we blame someone. We love blaming people, We find so much joy when we blame someone. Right? It is your fault. It is because of you. You're such a bad person. You never think about yourself. You're never in Buddhism. Now, I think it will come eventually. Shantideva has very beautiful examples, a few stanza below this. And then he talks about, he says, he teaches us how to practice patience if you fight with someone, And he says, one very good example is, if you didn't exist, if you had already achieved enlightenment, if you were so strong mentally, then you will not be disturbed by anger. You would not get, you would not react to anger. The person would have no one to get angry. But because you exist, because you're still circling in samsara, the person who is angry at you has an object to be angry at. Anyway, those will come later on. And like I said, these stanzas, these teachings, when we practice them in the monasteries, in the Shedras, we take months, on some of the chapters. We take months. In this patience chapter, I think from morning till evening, multiple classes. First by Khenpo, then by Gyurpin, the one who repeats the previous mornings. We have few teachers. Then we debate. So we go through these stanzas multiple times every day. And the patience chapter will maybe I think take 2 months. Yeah, and that's whole day. And here we are trying to cover within less than one month. Yeah, so that's what I think. And yeah, so basically that's it. The stanzas. Just try to remember as much as you can. It is merely to raise interest. I want to generate interest in people to practice, to study. That is why I'm going through these stanzas, quickly, even though they should be studied properly. Yeah, Ju. Tenita yi ngata chozigan po tasa chunjuk zera zosla tigu demba chuna jipsal nya pol dal da ngata jangu shisino juste nele shiragun zoshina teni ngato ne pito saba janole ngato kempo lavano kempo lapsesting ne tene izugi lavano ashkurpon zegan belavano ashkurpon zegan betene ko kempo lapkan bu pura yashkar ko lavanokle tene nima sere tene pito parso padanokle nima sere yuwa tene jipsal nya po aujanok janok I dosa zut bazera zosla zut beliu zera zosla tene shira beliu zera zosla mama buguranokle ta yunga taldangi silta chiginan koga 정말 사실은 탑시 주간 주스는 봤다 대왕에 대적 주간 낭지랑이나 사마직 인트레스트 정치세배 즉 박찬로 시세배 쳤나 되는 코로나 바이러스에 무인 모두가 록다운 쿼런타인스 무인 모두가 캄파 되네나 봉에 독 모두가 잡히기는 거는 윤지 판독나 삼스마나 간타 찍나 패디 빨라 대대 변금산지 오야 다티스는 다 초스포진 되네 타임 버스기도 양이 오프 주스는 온준이야 되네가 다 초스포실 때는 메디테이션 중tim이랄래 yeah, I will, because the time is about to end, it's about to be 1 hour, and I will switch it off and I'll switch it back on again. So I want everybody back, 291 people. I want the count, the same count, and we will do some prayers, and afterwards, which we will end with some meditation. Yeah, I'll be back in 1 minute. Yanchan!